They're working on the facade.
Yes, yes,
I heard it looks nice.
will be.
So cool.
Did they make
Nope.
the announcement that it's Amazon Fresh?
No, no,
Oh,
no.
so we're still guessing.
Yes.
It has to be from the pictures, though.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not long. It's a very, very, very educated guess at this point. Tony.
All right, I'll take that.
So you gotta love Tony. He likes doing the side profiles because he knows he looks good that way.
So yeah, there you go. You know, today I had to wear a suit for like the first time in a year, and I said, I can do this. You know, I forgot what I look like doing this.
Like those artistic shows where they show someone talking to the camera from the side.
I'll try.
Tony looked in the mirror this morning and goes, wow, I do clean up nice. I look good.
I did.
We are streaming and recording.
All right, can we start, Fran?
Yeah. Time to
All right.
Yep.
Good evening. Tonight's February 25th, and this is a regular meeting of the Brookfield Zoning Commission. Tonight, the members joining is myself, Eric Cook, Francis Kwok, Antonio Fernandez, Kurt Timmerman, Mary Capiello, and Leslie Ruggiero. First order of business is reviewing minutes of the previous meetings. Somebody want to do that?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of February 11th. Is that right?
Can I make some changes to that? There's a couple corrections.
Oh,
Sure, Fran. What's the corrections?
Under 7, new business, 83 Federal Road. It said Secretary Fernandez made a motion to continue 83 Federal Road, Z 21-8. It should be, oh no, I'm sorry. No, that is Federal Road. Oh, wrong one. The meeting schedule date, the last thing was scheduled for the 28th, 2/28/21. 28th is Sunday,
oh, it's supposed to be 2/25/21.
2/25, yeah, that's all.
I'm sorry, you saying the correction is to when the next meeting
What
scheduled date
schedule
was?
would be, yes, yeah, on the
Okay.
last page. Yeah, after we adjourned.
I make a motion to approve the minutes with that amendment or correction.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Hi.
All right, go ahead, Fran.
All right, 537 Federal Road. This is the JJ Stacks. I noticed there's been a camper there for a while. Once in a while, I do see like a maroon SUV parked in there and then not parked in there. I did notice that the driveway was kind of plowed for the SUV. So I drove in there and I seen it's all hooked up to electric and water and stuff. So putting 2 and 2 together, I assume someone's living in the camper there. So I sent a notice of violation out to the property owner who owns the Golden Leaf. And in the meantime, I tagged the camper. I did receive a response from the individual living in the camper yesterday that he didn't have a place to live. He lost his job because of COVID. And I said, well, you can't be living in a camper, especially here. The owner of JJ Stacks called me today. He assured me the camper will be out of there within 10 days, which is what I gave the original owner to get the camper out of there or to notify me. So I'm going to probably continue this just for till the next meeting, but it should be out of there by the next meeting. If not, then I guess we can take more affirmative action on it. So, and that one's done. So then 16 Old New Milford Road. This is next. It's on Old New Milford, right behind the sushi place. It was the sushi place right there, Raymond Noodle. They are running a commercial business out of the property right there, contractor's yard, backhoe, wood. They have 2 portable, I guess, garages up in the back. It's a commercial property. It's in the C2 zone and they have no permits. So I sent a notice of violation to them too. They are actually on the blight list. So blight is still proceeding with their issues with them, as will zoning now. So that's to be continued. I gave them 10 days to comply. 15 Richards Road, Payak residence. So this is one of my pain in the neck ones. Neighbors complaining again that the property's blighted. I drove out there 2 days ago. There was snow covering everything. I couldn't see what was out there, what's not out there. I reached out to the complainter, and I said to him, I can't see nothing right now. He's complaining that the property's blighted. There's too many cars there. There was 5 cars out there when I was out there. What else he's complaining about, I don't know. But I know Mr. Payak did have the property cleaned up at the previous complaint. So once things thaw and I can get a better view of the property, I will follow back up with that, hopefully next week.
Fran, is he allowed 5 cars?
We can allow up to 6, one driveway.
So I don't think the snow is hiding cars.
Well, there's a lot of stuff in front of the cars. So,
Right, but I mean, if one of the complaints was cars, you at least tell him that he's allowed that amount of cars.
yeah.
No, it's not going to hide cars.
No, it's not going to hide them. No,
Well, they're all in the driveway is what I wanted to know.
they are in the driveway. Yes. Yeah.
And all but one have to be registered, right?
All but one. Yeah. So, but again, I mean, compared to what it was last time I was out there, I mean, it's 100% better than it was last time. So,
Is it the same neighbor complaining?
yes. Yeah. So, and then 8 Candlewood Birches Road, Henderson's property. This is like an ongoing civil dispute. Pre-existing non-conforming shed is on this woman's property. And it belongs to number 8 Candlewood Birches. She lives at number 4 Ells Howell. It's been there for who knows how many years. His driveway extends onto her property. Ongoing civil, but she did complain about sheds being installed on the property. So I went out there today, took a couple pictures. He has 2 sheds on the property, no permits for the sheds. And I sent a notice of violation today, going out, giving them 10 days to comply. And then I'll follow back up with the commission on when I get the response from him on that.
Fran, are those new sheds?
Yeah, probably within the past year or so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I thought you said like some you don't know how long they've been there for.
Well, it's like I said, there's 3, this house has 3 sheds. He has one that's been on the neighbor's property for probably at least 10 years. So that's
Right.
grandfathered under 8-13A or whatever it is. Grandpa, after 3 years. Now he's got 2 other ones. He put one next to his house. Almost looks like a wood bin shed just to still keep his firewood in. But she's complaining about that. And then he has another one on the property out in the corner towards the wetlands. So
Okay.
it's
Yeah, as long as they're new, I just want to make sure we don't get involved in any of the civil claims because we have adverse possession claims. You got the 9-year statute, you got the 6-year statute, you got so many of them out there.
Oh, I know. I do. I know I'm not getting involved in civil issues. And I told her that this is civil. You need to hire an attorney. You need to have your property surveyed. This is, nothing I can do. I even have the old tax maps that show the driveway extended onto her property and the shed onto her property, which was action was never taken years ago. So, she's kind of, I don't know, out of luck right now. So.
All right. I just want to make sure that we're not doing anything that's violating any of the other statutes by telling them.
No. I would never. No, I'm not going to touch that. So, and then the 891 Federal Road. That's the one with the contractor's equipment, the porta potties in the backyard. Marshall served them. He has not responded. He had to the 9th to respond, has done nothing. So I'm going to follow back up with Tom Beecher on Monday morning and see what our next steps would be on this. Again, he's got a tax lien going against him right now. So he's in the rears on everything back there over there. So I'm not sure what's going to happen, but Blight's still going after him. We're going after him. And then the tax attorneys will be going after him next. So
You know why he's got 2 porta pots there? Was it for his workers?
I do not know. I've never talked to him.
And is that Alvarez?
Alvarez, correct.
He's the one that bought that property, 930 Federal Road, right up the street, just recently.
Is it the same one or no?
Yeah. Well, it's the same name. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. I know he was storing vehicles at the property next door, the one that we went. But And I talked to the owner of that property, and he had to move his vehicles out of there. So, and then he moved them over to his house. So,
That's the one with the neighbors with the chickens, right?
yes. Yeah. So, otherwise, that's about it. So, picking back up again.
All right, so no continued public hearings, no regular public hearings, and do we have anybody online for 83 Federal Road, application Z-21-8? No? All right, so, I mean, until they withdraw it, I guess we're just gonna leave it there.
Yeah.
How long do we have before we have to make a decision?
What wasn't presented, right? Fully?
Yeah.
It was presented, just we wanted updated map.
Yeah.
Well, I
65
mean,
days.
We open-
5 days.
You wanna leave it on for the next meeting then? If no one shows up, then we can vote?
Yeah, and I'll confirm with Nina Monday morning.
All right, because I mean, if they're really not planning to go through, I'd rather them withdraw than us vote.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it. So everybody have a good night.
I'll
Oh,
make a
no,
motion-
no.
I make a motion to
I
continue
can
it
off that easy.
road to the next meeting.
Have a second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Go ahead, Fran.
Okay, now JJ Stacks, I spoke to him today. He has a thing on Facebook where they want to do a mural. He's looking for kids to, I guess, to submit something where he wants to have a mural painted on the side of the building for people coming, I guess, north from Costco and BJ's, that they would see it. So I don't know how the commission wants to handle that. He says it's not going to be advertising JJ Stacks. It's going to be more of a Brookfield mural. And I know it's a commercial property. So is that something that the commission wants to look at before anything is put on the building?
I would think so, Fran, because there's a difference between art and I'm gonna say it's probably a fine line between art and advertising. And I would hate for them to put up and spend all this mural and then this board to be looked at negatively because we said, no, it's advertising. Go ahead and repaint it.
Okay.
How does everybody else feel?
I agree with that, if nothing else, just to have a heads up what's gonna go on.
Yeah, I mean, we need to at least set a little precedent because otherwise then everybody will call it art and start painting.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. That's one thing. He wants to, in the late spring, early summer, he wants to do outdoor music in the back, towards the back of the property on the grass.
I thought I remember us giving him a special event permit for acoustic music.
Did we not? I think that was the chicken, the whatever that was, that barbecue chicken lady.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
that same spot though, right?
Yeah, same place. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just remember we're saying, yeah, for acoustics. I remember we discussed that for a while there.
Yeah.
And we gave them times and all that. I would go back and tell them, hey, look at the application that we approved for a prior owner and see if that works for them.
Okay. If not, then he'll have to come before the commission because it may be amplified. I think he wants to do like bands like they do at Town Park and stuff.
Yeah, we want to make sure about the residents around there and everything else before that because I know the last one we approved was acoustic.
Okay. And he wants to potentially build some kind of flat stage for everybody, maybe like a 10 by 12 or something. This way, if the band does play, they're not playing in mud if it rains and stuff. Is that something that the commission would want to see too, or no?
That we want to see or that we would allow?
That we it's gonna be like a flat plywood, I guess, the way he indicated to me. Just
But you're
something
saying it's going to be in the back,
in the back. Yeah, it's gonna be in the back.
not really visible from Federal Road then.
No, it'd be in the back, towards the back of the property. There's a big grass field over there, in the back. You can't see it now, but so Just something maybe, I don't know, just to maybe keep in the back of your minds, that's all.
I guess wetlands might be involved. How close, I don't know how close they are to the Still River there.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, to be honest. I don't know.
Plus, there's a little river and a pond right there too.
To the left over there, yes. Yeah.
And if he wants to build something, then that means that it's permanent, it's attached to the property, we have to be involved with it. But if he buys a temporary stage or something, that's a different story. You know,
Yeah, there are temporary stages too.
you can do that seasonally. It's just a different story if he's talking about plywood and building, you know.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And I want you to tell him, Fran, that we're not trying to give him a hard time about the mural, that we're very supportive during these times and what he's trying to do, that we're trying to protect him by having us approve it before there's an issue.
Okay,
I don't want him to think that we're just trying to control everything, and that's not the case. We want to make sure that it works before he commits to anything.
definitely, definitely.
Good point, Tony.
Okay, then one more thing. I was asked about tents already for the upcoming year for restaurants.
So far, yeah.
Yeah,
You know, I don't, I mean, you see it, everything that's going around, and, you know, every time we think it's going to let up, now there's a new variant that's 195 times more contagious than the last one. So we got to keep shut down. I think New York City is even talking about putting in a double mask rule. So, you know, I would say we're going to keep it open so long as they're not allowed to be operating fully. We're going to keep considering what they can do to make money.
okay. Okay. All right. And feather flags, my last one. So how's the commission feel about me leaving them out still? Or you want to start bringing them all in? You know, I don't know.
That's a good question. I mean, I think everybody kind of knows who's there and not. So what's your opinion, Fran? Is it getting too much? Are we getting complaints?
Well, every once in a while I'll get a complaint or somebody wants to do one. And I know it's against the regulation, but I just don't want to see it get out of hand either, you know? So not that it's not a,
I noticed you had like the CBD place move them back off the road.
yeah. Yeah.
Kind of same for Twins Barbecue, except for the one they put up when they're actually open.
Yeah.
But I'm speaking of flat or signs and flags like that. And after post-COVID, is there something we want to look at to, you know, periodically some business wants to draw attention to themselves with something like that, so they could put it up for a week and then take it down. They can only do it a certain number of times a year. I mean, I don't like them all over the place, but once in a while it seems a little festive, and if it's not overwhelming, I don't know if that's too bad. I mean, from my point of view.
Yeah.
You're talking like a special event signage
Kind of,
that they
yeah.
have to apply for?
Yeah. And maybe that's already there, but feather flags in particular aren't allowed.
No.
But I'm not opposed to those. Those aren't too bad. They're better than the flailing man one.
Yeah.
But it's just something to think about if we want to go back to the regs. I don't know what the rest of the commission thinks, but
I like what you're saying, but
Do we allow anything for grand openings, Fran, in our regs? I haven't looked.
We do. We allow for 30 days for a fee of $50, and they can do no greater than 24 square feet, but it can't be a banner, can't be a feather flag, has to be a sign, you know, so.
I just worry about enforcement, because somebody would say, well, I saw the guy had it up 4 times, but Fran didn't notice it. And then they're like, you know, everybody's keeping score and it's too hard for Fran to do that.
Yeah.
So that's only I like what you're saying, but I think it'd be hard to implement, because people would feel like, why didn't Fran notice that it was up 2 times at that location and it was at theirs? I don't know.
You know what happens? They do it on the weekends too, when I'm not around.
Right.
So, you know.
Yeah.
time for some deputies.
Sounds like you're volunteering.
Well, maybe. I drive up and down Federal Road all the time. But I got 2 things. And it won't take that long.
No.
One, the beer truck has arrived at Twins Barbecue. I saw
Yes.
it out there.
Yep.
Getting ready for that. And then the other thing is Greg Dembowski sent me a link for this EV readiness throughout the state. And there's a regional electric vehicle group that has a toolkit that helps municipalities get through all the different aspects of being EV ready, whether it's municipal or zoning or parking enforcement, a bunch of things like that. So I listened today, and it sounds like, what they'd like, if they have 8 different areas or modules they cover that covers the gamut of everything EV. I think they'd like to have a group from each municipality that is interested work together, and you'd have someone handle the zoning, you'd have someone handling school buses or police vehicles or something like that. So I'm going to look more into it and work with Greg Dembowski to see, did he send that to me because he wants me to work on one of the modules, or and he's in charge, or does he want me to try to collect people or just concentrate on the zoning aspect? So it's kind of continuation of what he brought to us before. And I think this group brings it around, multiple times to capture more people for this EV readiness throughout the state. And then actually there was people from different parts of the country involved too. From different states were also interested in, getting ready for the EV revolution.
Mhm.
So, and it could be bigger than that, because they had someone from Hamden there. They went whole hog in. They have a whole energy project to go. They want to be carbon neutral by, I think, 2030 or 2035. So they're looking into solar, fuel cells, geothermal, wind energy. And this EV and charging station plays right into that. And they actually have 3 different charging stations, including a Tesla supercharger station. So they've really moved along on that, but it really requires sort of an overall energy or electrification approach to it. And, probably 5G can work its way into there too, under the umbrella of energy and communications. So I'll find out more from Greg how that goes.
Speaking of 5G and Greg Dembowski, Eric, did Steve Dunn get back to you at all about the recommendations about municipal ordinance and right-of-way ordinance for 5G?
The one that we sent out, he approved it. I think he actually signed and sent it, right, Fran?
Yes, yeah, I think he was very happy with it.
Yeah.
From what I understand, yeah.
I think the only thing we
Hey,
did was
did he-
spell his name wrong, so.
Did he provide any feedback as far as now timing or timetable?
No,
Mm.
no,
Just
Okay.
good job. I'll send it out.
yeah.
Do we want to take the lead and start looking at the regulations as per what I wrote, as far as at least the zoning regs?
I think it's awesome that you want to take the lead. So
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
Sure.
I could work with you on that, Frank.
Okay.
But I think we should, fill in from the zoning side while whatever, I don't know who's in charge of doing an ordinance, whether it would be the town attorney or if they would. I
Well,
have the
you
model
mentioned,
ordinance, so just fill in the name, that's all they had.
you mentioned Greg, on that meeting, 2 meetings ago or 3 meetings ago, we asked about who's going to be the point person of the ombudsman. Remember?
Yeah.
He was having a cocktail in his home and he raised his hand and I thought, okay, well, I guess it's him.
No, he was like, no way. He has
Oh, that's what he meant. No way.
yeah, he's
Yeah,
like,
no, I was throwing him. I was saying that he was the person. He was like, no way. I was throwing him under the bus.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
you
I was
thought
throwing him under the
bus.
electrical
Okay,
bus,
okay,
yeah.
Okay.
And he kept on waving no. So I'm glad somebody believed me.
I
I'm
thought,
surprised he just didn't log out.
Yeah.
okay. All right.
But I'm sure part of the reason he waved us off is all his work on all the streetscape projects. And just in case anybody didn't know yet, Streetscape Phase 4 did pass the town meeting Tuesday night.
Yeah, I saw that. That's great.
Excellent.
I think it was unanimous. I didn't hear any
Yes, it
no's
was.
in the entire room.
It was 30 people there and he was unanimous.
Even people who usually know.
Yeah.
And I have one last thing and then we can call it a night. But I was reached out to by a couple individuals from the TCD. They're complaining about the amount of sandwich board signs down there. If you look up and down, town center, through the center right there. Everywhere you see is sandwich board signs. And they feel that the TCD is getting too overwhelmed with them and clustered. So maybe it's something that we want to look at, even with Brookfield, when Brookfield Village opens up those other two buildings, like right now you got what, 4 or 5 out there, right there alone. But
You know what's funny, Fran? I actually drove past those and I saw them, and I actually had the opposite thought. I was actually thinking, wow, you know what? This little town center is coming together and it looks kind of like a nice little town with the signs out and welcoming. So I probably, I'll let everybody else what they think, but I don't think it's overwhelming right now. I actually thought it was welcoming.
yeah,
Yeah, I just drove up that way today. I only saw a few.
Yeah, I only saw a few and I thought it was actually welcoming. Like, oh, that's kind of cool. Almost like, we're vitalizing that downtown with actually pedestrians. And those signs are really more for pedestrian traffic too, which should, once the weather gets warmer, we're hoping people start walking again.
yeah. Okay, that's it.
Leslie, you have anything else to add?
Just thinking, I must be the only person that never leaves their house because I never know what you guys are talking about.
Well, you have to go out and drive around so your car battery doesn't die,
I know, I
Drive through
know,
town.
I know. But no, I guess now I need to drive down there because I don't know about the feather flags. I don't know about the sandwich board. I don't know what's going on. So I'm the least informed person on this board, apparently.
Anything else, Fran?
No, I'm good. So,
Anything from anybody else?
A motion to adjourn. I'll make a
Second? Any second?
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Night.
Right.
Good night.